Hello, friends. How is everybody doing on this Wednesday? Um, did you send kiddos back to school this week? I did. I actually sent my daughter off to seventh grade this morning. She was not super excited about it. And then on Monday, I am sending my son off to college. He is excited about it. So I just put a link in the comments to the collection we're going to talk about today. I totally forgot to bring the warmer. I have one of the warmers in this collection. It's a really awesome collection called Wildflowers and Wild Horses, and I have the fragrances in this. This bag tells you a whole lot about the collection. Super cute, very Western themed, and we're gonna sniff the scents together. But I want to make sure you know that it's not just about the fragrances this time. This collection actually also has two warmers in it. One is called Cattle Call. It's a mini warmer with, it looks like a black and white cowhide. We also have one called Boot Scootin'. So if you're a fan of our rodeo warmer, which is just a pair of Western boots, this is similar, but it's got a white upper with some floral design on the leg of the boot, so it's a little more feminine boot. And then the fragrances also come in a couple of other products. One called Whiskey River comes in a 3-pack of scent circles that are super cute. They got the rope lettering on the back of them. It says Giddy Up, Boot Scootin', and I'm not sure what the third one says. I don't even know if this tells me. Howdy, of course. And then we have Wild Mountain Sky in room spray. We also have Wildflowers and Sage in a fragrance flower, the Escaveria version, so it's kind of like a succulent. And then the cutest little plushy boot buddy clip called Kick the Dust Up, and it comes in the fragrance of Saddle Up, which is kind of an inspiration for the whole collection. All right, we had another warmer. It was called Ropin' and Ridin'. It was a Western belt with the longhorn buckle, the whole bit. It sold out. And so, anyway, let's get to Wildflowers and Wild Horses Scentsy Bar 5-pack. If you are a fan of the sheer leather that we've had in the past, or Saddle Up is actually in here, available again. It's one of my favorite leather smells. And we had a collection, I think it was a couple of years ago. Let me see if I can find it. I know I have it on here. Just a second. I just can't remember the name off the top of my head. It was called Open Plains. I had the Count the Stars, Hometown Cowboy, Under the Oak Tree, and Wide Open Spaces. It was either last year or the year before. I'm not sure which. So this is kind of a la that. It's very similar, but still got its own vibe going for it. So let's start with Saddle Up. Like I said, it's one of my favorites as far as leather-ish fragrances go. It was a warmer of the month a while back. Scent of the month a while back. But the description is capture some on the range, reverie with soft suede, aged leather, sheer musk, and a breath of fresh air. And yes, this is the bar I'm using to make samples. And every time I smell it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's why I love that one. I really like Weather Leather's got that bomber jacket thing going for it, and I am a girl of the 90s, so I love that. But this is like when you wear the boyfriend's bomber jacket, so you're getting the leather of the jacket, but you're getting a hint of his cologne in there too. You 90s girls know what I'm talking about. So good. Smells so good. Oh, I love that one. I love it. Next up is actually my favorite from this collection, and it's called Silver Spur. It's smoky campfire notes drift through groves of silver spruce and lavender. They put lavender in a lot of our masculine fragrances, and it just works, y'all. So this is very, very, very different from Saddle Up. It's got that evergreen in the background. It's got the fire. I honestly don't pick up the lavender a whole lot, but it would make a good fall, winter, seasonal thing. Like, I could warm this in January when I'm not wanting Christmas stuff anymore, kind of over the pumpkins and apples. But yeah, this is like we're sitting around the campfire. You know, it. Oh, it's real good. All right, Whiskey River is up next. This is called Crisp. Crisp rushing river undercurrents carry sweet notes of golden plum and bourbon barrel. So it's very different. It's a little more on the fresh lineup because you're getting that river stuff going through it. It's not very fruity, even though it's got some plum in it. And then you pick up a little bit of that woodiness in there from the barrel. I'm not picking up the bourbon. Just saying. You know. Maybe we want some. Next up, I have the wildflowers and sage. And sorry, if y'all are, I need to probably make sure you can actually see this. Oh, yeah. I'm looking at a different screen while I'm holding it up. So just to make sure you're seeing that. Woo! I covered up my description. This is wildflowers and sage, bright meadows of wildflowers, fresh mint, white moss, and sage leaves. The sage is pretty prominent. I mean, these descriptions are just spot on, you guys. The mint comes in at the end. It's just got this brightness at the very end of it. But I would say it's a lot more on the mossy, sagey thing. And it's a little bit floral, but not in the kind of floral that I wouldn't want. Y'all know I don't like florals. But these warm really well as well. I was warming these in here, making samples last week. And I'm going to have to make more because I'm almost out. And they were just a really nice thing going on. And here was a funny. I'll tell you that at the end. Okay, so last up is Wild Mountain Sky. This is refreshing vistas of mountain pine, cypress, blue eucalyptus, and fern sprig. I love me some eucalyptus. And I can really pick it up in here. This is, excuse me. When I talk about I'm not a super fan of green smells, this is borderline on that one for me. It's kind of got that green grass meets floral shop thing going for it. I did warm it last week when making samples. It didn't bother me at all. I actually liked all of these when I was making samples. Saddle Up still comes in as a really top-notch favorite, but that Silver Spur is a close second when I was warming. But I think my husband liked the Whiskey River better. Of course, he loves Whiskey River barbecue, so shouldn't be surprised at that. So yeah, this one's definitely not my favorite, but it might be yours. And I don't pick up a lot of the eucalyptus. I said that. But anyway, the funny I was going to tell you, I changed out the pods in my air purifier. For those of you who don't know, my office is actually in a cabinet shop. My husband and I own a cabinet shop. We also own this business. And so we have a shop. We built offices, so I moved my Scentsy operation up here so I could just do both things at one place. I can be here for him, whatever he needs me to do. And then I can also work my Scentsy business. But, so I have an air purifier up here because of all of the, sorry, got orders coming in. It's a busy month. So I have an air purifier because of all the soil discs flowing around, and it helps. I really thought about getting two, I'll be honest, because there's so much. But I think I'm just going to move that. Anyway, I put some Keep On Blooming pods in that and left the Saddle Up warming, and they're sitting side by side over here, which obviously you can't see. You're just going to have to trust me. Cool thing about that, number one, the warmer does not set off my air purifier and make it mad. When it picks up particles in the air, it gets mad, it glows red, it makes more noise, it's not happy. But the warmers do not set that off. But anyway, I had the Saddle Up going in the wax, and I had Keep On Blooming going in the pod. And I walked in the next morning, and it's like, oh wow, that smells really good. What do I have going? And I realized it was the two of those together because there's this very light undercurrent of floral. And I know I told you I don't use floral. It was convenient. I used it. But then when it blended in my space with the Saddle Up wax, it's like, I'm really, really digging this scent. I also started a fragrance flower, but that's not what I was picking up when I first walked in the room. I picked that up when I'm sitting here at my desk, but I didn't pick it up. It was those two. But that's a neat idea. If you have multiple scent delivery systems, you can absolutely mix and blend your fragrances to coincide together, coexist together, and create all new fragrances. Joseph actually likes doing that just with his pods, putting a couple of different pods in his air purifier down the hall in his office. I'm not much of a mixer. I post in here about mixing, or post on our Facebook page if you're watching on YouTube about mixing, but I actually don't mix a whole lot on my own. But anywho, those are the 5 fragrances of the Wildflowers and Wild Horses collection. It comes with this super duper cute little bag, which I mean, it would be, you could almost use this as a purse. It's not going to hold a ton, but I could also see if you got a little cowgirl in your life, she would love carrying her horses and riders around in this. My daughter totally would have done that when she was younger. She has a ton of toy horses. Or even your little boy could do the same thing. It'd be a great way to carry those around when you're going out and about, or over to grandma's house, or on a play date. But these 5 available together with the bag, $25. They are not available separately right now. If that is something you would be interested in, it's like, hey, I really like the sound of, I love Saddle Up, or that Whiskey River sounds appealing. That's totally fine. You could sign up. It's a free service, our Scentsy Club service, and you can add these, and even if we discontinue them, or when they go away, they'll go away to the vault at some point in time. But you can continue to get any of those for as long as you wanted to get them and kept them in that club account. I talk about club a lot, but legit, if you are a Scentsy customer and you buy more than 3-4 times a year, I mean, that's where it's at, because you can change it every time it's set to run. You can change what's in there. I totally changed mine for what's coming up. So yeah, pretty darn awesome. So anywho, I'm going to pack these up, and I will talk to you again soon. Hopefully next week I will have my whiff box in so I can share that with you guys. However, I will tell you, I am doing testers. What's the word I'm looking for? Product testers with the whiff box. I know the whiff box is all new product for fall. It's new product. It's full-size products and new fragrances for fall. They're not available to the general public until September 1st, except through in the whiff box. And I would love to get your opinion on it before it's available in the catalog, so I have a better idea of what I might could have on hand, or reviews that I could share with other customers based on your experiences. It's $35 plus tax. So if you're interested in being one of my product testers, let me know ASAP. I'm going to place the order on Friday. So Friday's also the last day for Bring Back My Bar, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, let me know, and I will put you on the list. And as I'm posting, you're going to see a post tomorrow about it. But the first 5 to sign up will be really happy that they did, and I've already got 2 on the list, so there's only 8 spots left. But anywho, I hope you have a great rest of your week, and I hope to hear from you soon. Mwah! Bye-bye!